Thank you for tuning on in to ESPNF. I'm your main man, Echelon. Yes, sir. And let's get into this NBA DFF slate for 8-12. And as you see, we have 4 games. We got Indy versus Houston, Toronto versus Philly, Miami versus OKC, and the Clippers versus Denver. And I will have my top 5 player picks again once the playoff starts back. But with all these guys sitting just out of nowhere, I hate to just be giving, putting in all that work and then they just sit out of nowhere there. There's no explanation just because they're already locked into their seat that they are an NBA. But besides that, let's get on into this next slate. I hope you had Kyle O'Quinn. I did pin him to the post. If you watched my video, I didn't have him in there. I didn't know if Embiid was indefinitely out. But I hope you put in Kyle O'Quinn in your lineup. Definitely cash today. And I had that at the top of my comments. All right, let's get into this slate. And this is an ugly one. Ugly. I've been looking at this and I start banging my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh, what the type shit is? You going over people, you got the question marks, and you don't know who's in or out. Is Embiid going? If Embiid is not playing, Kyle O'Quinn again. That's all I'm going to say to you. If you're trying to get in that green, go ahead and do your thing. Put him in. So then we're going to go ahead and look James Harden. I'm thinking he's going to play because they said Westbrook himself is out. So we all know everybody had went to Austin Rivers. He dropped you that 50 ball. I mean, you was looking good. I didn't have him. I didn't have him that night. But I'm looking to have him tonight. And this is how I'm going to bust out my slate. This is kind of how I'm going to start out my slate. And as we go down, you will see a little trend in there. And for point guard, you got your Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Brogdon, Jamal Murray, Dragic. Okay. And then from there, Shake is in there because Simmons is out. If they say Gary's not going to play, Jamal Murray's not going to play, then Morris is in play. If you want to go down to Reggie, if Brogdon is out, I do like TJ McConnell. I do. TJ would be my value play if Brogdon is out because TJ Warren has already been ruled out. He might get a lot more playing time than people think. So that's what I'm looking at today. I'm not thinking Chris Paul and them are going to do anything to reach that value of 77. Kyle Lowry, he's been hot and cold. Depends if they go out there and play Philly. It's going to be slow ball. So I'm not too interested in looking into him. Philly's on a back-to-back, so we'll get into that. But, yeah, I had Austin Rivers plugged in here on the point guard first. Then I come on down to shooting guard, and we already know Westbrook out. My main man, Slow-Mo Harden, he going to do everything. He's going to facilitate, pass, dribble, dunk, shoot, hand you a Gatorade bottle when you thirsty, get back out there on the court. He just does everything. So he's the most usage person, and it just goes through him and facilitates straight in the heart and hands, assists, whatever he needs. Go to the line frequently. He needs a break. Hey, let me cut to the rim and go to the line so I can chill out for a second. And I feel him because he's doing everything. So I got James in there. You can look at Jimmy. He's been stepping it up. He had that vendetta against TJ. Now TJ out. Butler still playing. So I guess Butler got a hold of him. That boy Butler ain't no joke, right? You gotta watch, you gotta if you talking that talk, you're gonna have to walk that walk with Butler. He gonna damn show check on you. Hell yeah. So then we got George. We don't know what LA's doing. We got Paul George. We don't know what LA's doing. Shane Alexander is questionable. Van Fleet, I like. That's if Toronto might not even play everybody tomorrow. and Van Fleet might play because he had the day off yesterday. If he gets another day off, running Norman Powell. I missed it. I'll tell you the truth. And I love Norman. I like Norman Powell, and when he gets his uses, yeah, he could go off. Then we got Jay Rich coming back, Victor Oladipo, Tyler Hero. Since Butler back, let's see if he done kept up his performance. It done died down some, um, but you never know. But I'm not looking at anybody else other than let me check out PJ Dozier. Oh, Dozier. Okay, because Denver might be going in a just sit back mode. I'm not too sure if they're going to be playing LA that hard. Burks might have to sit back because Richardson is coming back, so don't that value might not be there as much. They still got him so cheap though. They still got Burks this cheap. Cause he'll go out there. He kind of like when he get that spark, when you spark him up, it kind of like it's hard to put him out. Like he don't care who you really putting in. You put Josh Richardson above him, he come out in second unit and ball hog that. He gonna ball hog whatever time he can get. So he's still valuable. He's still a valuable value play up here. And Victor Oladipo, if they give him his time with T.J. Warren out, yeah, I'll take it. I'm not looking for Aaron Holiday and all the other people. I'm looking, Depot, step it up. I think that might be a good game. And then for the shooting for it, now this is just a flyer right here. Oh, Eric Gordon. I just took a flyer. Shooting for is so ugly today. I just took a flyer at him. It's possible that they give him a good run because they're trying to get him back in shape for the playoff run. And he might come out and hit because he really gonna just be sitting back trying to shoot those threes, and hopefully that's all he do and just don't even re-injure that ankle and shooting for it. You got Kawani if you want. He's one of the studs to pay up if Denver plays him that hard. Tobias, look, he's questionable. Siakam. I mean, it's a decent matchup, but he hasn't been putting up a great performance. I wouldn't go there. And then you got your value down here with Darius Baisley, who's been putting up a good one. And you know what? It's possible that I will be looking to go to him if he gets to run in the minutes. Yes, especially if I hear that Shea is not playing, I'm going to Darius Baisley. So looking at that, and then it just gets ugly from that point on. Shooting for it, Jeff Green. As you can see down here, so you can see the trend. I had the Houston guys in Austin, James, Eric Gordon, Jeff Green. Jeff Green's been doing good for his value on this FanDuel slate. And he could definitely jump it back up to that 25, 30 pointer. And with Westbrook out, they're going to need some help. Harden needs some help, right? Harden needs some help. So I got him on in there for a value play. Now remember, I'm just giving values, and I gave you one stud Harden because he's probably going to have the most usage out of the whole slate. And then we got our man Porter. That price getting up there. And then they're not even playing. They're not playing with critical urgency because they're kind of basically in their seat for the playoffs. So they might even rest him. Then you got Bam, who could definitely return that value. I mean, 78. He's gonna have to get a top-notch performance, and I'm not thinking that with Butler on the court that he's gonna really go off. But he could definitely give you that 40, 50. But Robert Covington is in a good spot with Westbrook out, so I'm looking towards him. And you just don't know about the Philly guys until tomorrow. The Serge, he's been hot or cold. Noel's will be decent if Adams is out. Then you got your value, Marcus Morris and things like that. So with the people that I got in my lineup, you left with 8,000 for per rest of the slot. So you definitely go get whoever you want. And for the center, I got Kyle O'Quinn in there right now. And like I said, I went before last night when I got deep into it. I said Kyle O'Quinn. I pinned him to the post comments, and he gave you 45. If Embiid is not in there, just go ahead and plug him in, walk away. Don't worry about the match. He'll just get his time and he'll just eat off boards, if anything. Then you got if Embiid, but then listen. So the way this built, okay, Embiid, you could just go on up to Embiid and put him in, and you still gonna have 67,000 just for each slot for the rest of the slots. So yeah, you definitely could work with this, and you got Nurkic on the slate. Like I said, I don't think they're going with certainty that they have to play super hard because they already have locked in a spot. They're good, and you got Zubac. Zubac might come out there and do a little something, but it's going to be questionable about these centers. You might have to lock in Embiid or a Link or somebody who's guaranteed to give you something. It's going to be all depending on who's going to play and who's going to sit. So that's what we're gonna wait on. Wait on the injury news, fantasy labs, Bleacher Report, all that Twitter. You have to be on Twitter to get all the new information, so you could be on top of who to put in and who not to have in your lineup. Because a big fat zero is the worst. Yes, it is. And then another worst is when half the damn slate is on Kylo Quinn and you don't have him and you not gonna cash because then he lines it up so that you can have all the studs that you want in there. You just got to pick the right ones. So I hope you was on the Kylo Quinn train. Don't let it discourage you if you had missed it. Just make sure that you stay tuned in the news to see what's the injury reports and who's in and who's out. Thank you for watching SPNF. I'm your main man, Echelon. Yes, sir. Have a good day in DFS. Please like and subscribe.